Hey guys, this is Joe, and you've reached the Anarcho Truth YouTube channel. Just want to say, I hope y'all are having a good New Year's Eve. Definitely. Personally, I'm just, chilling, basically, not doing too much. So I thought I'd just send a message to you guys for New Year's Eve, and just in case you're bored and don't have anything better to do either. Which is great, nothing wrong with that. So I guess I'll just talk about how 2010 or 2010, whatever you want to call it, how it went for me personally. Now to get a little background here, the week before the end of 2009, I came home from a year in Iraq and Afghanistan. And so I'd been home for about a week when 2010 started, and let me tell you, I was loving life, breathing in all that fresh air. And I was already on my way out of the military. I only had a few months left. I understood what freedom was, and I was done deploying, finally. And the main thing, like I already said, though, was breathing in that fresh air. Man, you just don't know. So yeah, 2010 definitely had a good start for me. One interesting thing is that in late January, I went to the Mises Circle in Houston, Texas, which is like a conference where all these guys get together and talk about economics and politics. And I got to meet Ron Paul and Lou Rockwell and sat at their table because I had talked to Lou Rockwell's wife the night before. So when she saw me the next day, she invited me to their table. So that was pretty cool. I was like sitting with the royalty of the freedom movement, basically. But I know we don't believe in royalty around here. But it was cool to meet Ron Paul and Lou Rockwell. Ron Paul signed my copy of In the Fed. It was cool though. That's the stage I was in. That was a good time, definitely, to meet them, for sure. Especially because around that time, I was doing a lot of research about like the economic collapse. I was in the process of convincing myself that it was happening no matter what, and I'd been studying Austrian economics and all this. So that's where I was in January, reading Peter Schiff and listening to Gerald Celente talking about the economic collapse. So that was a big deal for me. And then by March 2009, I got out the military, which was absolutely awesome. Good times. I spent 4.5 years in the military. And in March, I was chaptered. Yes, I broke their little rules, but that's okay because I wanted to get out anyway. So no big deal. I'm glad I'll never deploy to Iraq or Afghanistan again. Those fake wars that serve the military-industrial complex and the banksters. I'm done with that, and I'm proud of it. I still feel guilty for being a part of it at all. I deployed twice. I still deal with that I was a part of the system. Ugh. It's not fun. But it was good to get out. And I've been living peacefully ever since. Now, I also spent a large portion of 2010 learning about aspartame, GMOs, and fluoride, and BPA, and chemtrails, and then it all led to eugenics and the scientific dictatorship and Brave New World. And it's a pretty exciting learning adventure. It definitely makes you want to change the way you live and the way you look at the world. And it did that with me, and I consider it a positive experience because now I have a chance to actually live healthy, so that's awesome. But let's see. What else did I do? Well, let's see. In late summer, I took a trip to Washington, D.C., and I was able to visit the George Washington Masonic Museum. And I went there and went inside and got a tour, and there were all these paintings of George Washington and all these statues, and you go up to some of the higher floors and they show like a Knights Templar memorabilia, and you see the Freemasonic like symbol like in on plates and stuff like that. Pretty interesting. I hadn't really studied like the Freemasons or learned about like the Luciferian angle. I hadn't gotten that far yet when I visited, so that's too bad. Honestly, I wish I had reached that level, but it was still interesting though. Good times. Also, I went to the Federal Reserve and I gave it the finger because I don't like the Federal Reserve at all. I consider it to be right up there in the roots of the problems with the system. You know, a lot of things wouldn't be possible without the Federal Reserve, definitely, or fractional reserve banking. So I stood in front of it and uh, expressed myself, you know, on the premises of the Federal Reserve. So that was fun. That was good times. Truth to power, you know. But yeah, other than that, nothing too big. I just spent the whole year learning. You know, always learning, basically. There's just too much to know. You know, I learned about liberty, and then I learned about conspiracy, and now I'm looking into like health and maybe survivalism and all that good stuff. Always learning. So I think I'll be doing the same thing in the new year. And you know, I am ready to see what happens in 2011. I don't have any predictions because I'm all for free will. I don't want to make any predictions. I've seen too many predictions that don't come true, and it's just kind of unnecessary, I think. But I'll also be preparing for 2011 just like I did in 2010. I'll still be buying silver just like I was in 2010 because the fundamentals don't change. The dollar and fiat currency system is not the place to be right now. So yeah, basically I'll still be preparing, you know, buying food and all that good stuff. But yeah, 2010 was an exciting year, and it wasn't as apocalyptic as it could have been, but it was definitely significant with the continued wars, the drones in Pakistan. I mean, the BP disaster, that was big. That was pretty close to being apocalyptic. And then austerity, and not to mention all the uprisings and protests and riots going on all over Europe. And now that's an exciting development for sure. And I guess I can't forget about WikiLeaks either. Although I'm just kind of on the fence about the whole WikiLeaks thing, but yeah, totally. I like all the uprisings and possible revolutions going on in Europe. Maybe we'll see some of that in 2011, but I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I hope you guys are having fun. You know, if you're drinking, you know, try to get someone else to drive and all that good stuff. You know, just stay safe, enjoy yourself. No need to be obnoxious. But yeah, thanks for listening, and Happy New Year.